Hello students, today our topic is how to write force equation. This is basic, and unfortunately some teachers will be spending months of time in this, but it's not required. 10 minutes is enough. So what I am trying to do is, whatever I studied from various multiple books, I tried to bring down them into a single problem. That's why our heading is 12 times I will write force equation now in this video lecture. So by that time you should understand. If I tell only once, you may not be. Proper procedure we will learn it. We are not doing problems. We are learning how to write a force equation. Next, 11 FBDs. This also they will be going on teaching procedure. Simple procedure I will teach you where a beginner can easily catch. Free body diagram, we call it as FBD, which is very much required in all the 6 approaches what we use in mechanics. Force approach, work energy approach, momentum approach, center of mass approach, angular momentum approach, torque approach. All the 6 approaches need FBD. But writing force equation is exclusive for F is equal to ma in 10 minutes. So our topic is 12 force equations, 11 free body diagrams. In 10 minutes we have to learn it. So whatever I have seen when I was doing multiple times these problems is, you'll have something like this. One will be going up, one will be going down, which we call it as attitude machine. Similarly, we have a surface on that, one block will be there and hanging block will be there. So what happens to that also I'll talk. Then we have a block which will be hanging, another block will be on the incline. Next, one block is connected to 2 or multiple strings and pulled up. What happens to that, how to deal with it, that also I'll teach. And here we have 2 masses pulled by a force. This kind of problems you will be seeing at different places. This is very elementary thing. Writing force equation, many of the students knows it. I am talking about beginners. So what I done is combined all these problems into a single problem. I took this as 1 kg now. This is 2 kg. This is 3 kg. This is 4 kg. This is 5 kg. I am not taking this as 6. Why? Because I want all the things to come down. So I'll take little heavier mass, 20 kg. So that this will go down. So acceleration of this is say a6. So it will go down a5. This pulley which is fixed to a wedge will not accelerate. So a equal to 0. This pulley is fixed, so its acceleration is 0. This pulley is movable, so its acceleration is say ap, and acceleration of this is a4. Similarly, because of heavy mass, everything will be pulled that side. So this will be a3, this will be a2, and this will be going up, so a1. First of all, this table should be fixed, otherwise it will also move along with the strings. That's why fixed. And here there is no friction. So in the beginning, we generally don't introduce friction. Friction is a little complicated topic. We'll discuss in detail. Smooth surface. The table should be long. Student may be thinking this will go and hit the surface. No, it is not going to hit. That's why I have shown dotted lines. I use the word long. If I don't keep this horizontal, then weight cannot come vertical. It will come inclined. That will happen in that case. So it should be clearly mentioned it is horizontal table. And all pulleys are light and smooth. Light. Otherwise, pulley, to rotate pulley also some part of force will be, from magnitude of force we have to consider on that. So pulleys which are at rest, a equal to 0, a equal to 0. Expecting in which way each block move with your common sense or with some procedure is called constraint equation. So constraint equations will put separate heading, because our heading is not that. How to write force equation is our heading. So we have to expect in which way the acceleration goes, because writing F is equal to ma, a professional trick exists in which we write force equation parallel to acceleration. So first we have to expect in which way each body goes. This will go down, this will go like this. These are not required. What we have done is all these things we combine into a single problem. All these things we combine into a single problem. So what I do is, I remove this. So first I will draw 11 free body diagrams. Then I will write 12 force equations. Now the book, every time I recommend, Resnick and Haldane says that environment should be replaced with a force in FBD. So whether they say or not, here this all equipment is kept erected on earth only. So earth will pull each of the object down. So environment is earth. So whenever you are doing the problem, earth will be obviously there. So earth will apply a force called weight. Magnitude of weight is mg, direction of weight is downward. Magnitude and direction, these are to be specified. Now concentrate what I am doing. I am writing here 1 into g, gravity. Copy the snapshot and remember what diagram I have drawn. So I am going to change many things here. This is 2 into g. I am writing weight on each of them, 3g. This is 4g. This is 5g. This is 20g. To keep the conceptual clarity, this is a massless pulley. If you want, you can write it as 0g. Actually 0 into g is 0 only, but still if you want, you can write it. There is a purpose for it. I will discuss little later. Next, environment. For any mass which you are interested, what is its environment? First environment is earth. Second environment is connected to wires, each of them. So wire or string. String is the environment. That string is to be replaced. Environment replaced with force. Then you will get free body diagram. So string is replaced with tension. Tension will not have magnitude, it is self-adjusting. That means how much you pull, wire pulls it until it breaks. You apply 10 newtons, it applies 10 newtons. You apply 20 newtons, it applies 20 newtons. You apply 30 newtons, it applies 30 newtons, like that. This wire which I am using also, you could go on pull it. Until it breaks, it applies self-adjusting force. What force you apply, wire will apply in back. Self-adjusting, and it will be along a string away from body, away from system you have chosen. This word repeatedly you have to use it. So here I rub off this along string away from the body T, along string away from the body T, along the string away from the body T. That means I removed the wire. Now I am writing tensions. Along string away from the body T. Now wire got changed. This is another wire. So you are not supposed to write same tension to all. So first wire is T1, 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 T1. Second wire. Along string away from body T2. Along string away from body T2. Next wire changed again. Along string away from body T3. Along string away from body T3. Here also. Along string away from body T3. 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 Along string away from the system T3. Now this again new one, new wire. So along the string away from the system T4. 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 So what you have done? You have taken an environment called string or wire. Whichever is body is attached to that wire, we have taken into account. String is replaced with tension. Tension is T symbol, and it is self-adjusting kind of force until the wire breaks. And along the string away from the system. Even slackened wires will not have tension. Slackened, broken wires will not have tension. Taut wires, T-A-U-T, taut. In foreign textbooks that word will be given. Taut means tight wires. Tight wire, apply the force what you apply on it. Now comes support surface. Is represented with normal force, which is also self-adjusting type. So environment, force, magnitude, direction we are writing. Environment earth, weight, mg, vertically down. Weight is a fixed value for that given mass. String, tension, self-adjusting type, along the string away from system. Support surface, normal force, self-adjusting type. And perpendicular, normal to the surface, normal to surface, towards it. Normal to surface towards the system. String is away from the system. Normal force is towards the system. Any force away from the system is called pull. Any force towards the system is called push. Gravitational pull we call because it acts away from. For example, we have an apple. Force will be outward the apple and towards the earth. Therefore, it is a pull. Gravitational push, we don't use the word. Gravitational pull. So normal push. So where supporting surface is required, let us write them. Here, this pulley, even though it is massless, would have not stayed there if the support is not there. So support force, generally we don't write in exact opposite to this force or this force. In between we write it because it has to balance both. So normal force on pulley 1, NP1. Now I remove this surface here, and on this normal force I show it like this. Because it is 2 kg, let me write N2. Normal force on this perpendicularly or normally towards it, and named as N3. This pulley would have not stayed there in that place if normal force would have been absent. In between you write it. N normal force on pulley 2. This is normal force on pulley 1. See, you have to be conscious here because so many things we are doing at same place. Now, coming to this tension we forgot. We are writing T1, T2, T3, you can call, if you forgot something, you can write T dash and T dash along the string away from the system. Along the string away from the system. Now this is hanging, not being supported by any surface, so don't need to write it. This pulley, because of the support only it stays there. This pulley, because of the support it stays there. So you can write some in between angle, you write it something like this. Normal force on pulley 4. Normal force on pulley 5. Don't worry, I am writing all at a time, but I will separate them. And here, this block is being supported like this by a normal force acting perpendicular to it because it is N5. N5. Over. Now we are taking our frictionless surface. Buoyant force, viscous force, there is no fluid we are taking into account, so they don't come. All the FBDs are over. So I am going to round off one after other FBDs. See it. This is a free body diagram of 1 kg. This is the free body diagram of the first pulley. This is the free body diagram of the second mass. This is the free body diagram of the third mass. This is the free body diagram of the second pulley. This is the free body diagram, in between I am taking. This is a free body diagram of a massless pulley. This is the free body diagram of one hanging mass. This is the free body diagram. We have represented all the forces and accelerations. This is a free body diagram of 5 kg mass. This is the free body diagram of another pulley. This is the free body diagram of the heavy mass 20 kgs. That's all. So we want to write 12 force equation for 11 free body diagrams. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 11 free body diagrams we have drawn. You have to take a snapshot, magnify it and check which is a free body diagram to each of them. I will draw separately again and I will show it to you. Now, take a snapshot. Now I am telling something else. The masses which are not accelerating, for which we don't write F is equal to ma here. We have separate torque approach is also there. Combinedly there we find it out. There are some problems related to pulleys, that also we will do. What is the normal reactive force means? Combination of these two. These two will balance this. So T1 square plus T1 square under root will be NP1. So that anyhow we are avoiding for the time being. So the mass which is not accelerating, I removed it. This is accelerating mass, this is accelerating mass. This is non-accelerating mass. Non-accelerating pulleys, we are removing it. Accelerating pulley, let it be there. So we are going to write F is equal to ma for all the accelerating bodies. We are going to write F is equal to ma for all the accelerating bodies. Now see, how many accelerating bodies have? This accelerate upwards, this accelerate right side, this accelerate right side, this accelerate up, this accelerate up, this accelerate inclinedly down, and this accelerate down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 2s are 14 equations we can write, but this pulley is something different. So we will write altogether 12 or 14 equations. But I need little time to clear off the board and tell the equations. Now listen, our target is 12 force equations in drawing 11 free body diagrams in 10 minutes. So don't worry about the minutes, but basically here we have drawn 11 free body diagrams. How to draw free body diagram? According to Resnick and Alde book, that's why I asked you to read good books. Replace environment with a force, and that force you should know its magnitude and direction. If you know magnitude, write it. If you know direction, write it. Obviously, the body's environment, you removed it, and finally you have only body along with the forces. So that is the free body diagram of it. Suppose I am standing here. So whether I tell or not tell, gravity will be acting on me. So mg, my mass, into gravity mg, and I've been supported by some floor that will apply a force in upward direction, normal force. This combination, if I am accelerating, show my acceleration right side, left side, upside, downward. If I am not accelerating, leave it like that. If you complete that, you are set to complete free body diagram. A beginners may get confused when I drawn so many diagrams on one board. So again I separated, I have cleared off the board and I rewritten them. System 1 kg, 2 kg, 3 kg, you have to see this video back. Whatever free body diagrams I have drawn them, now in a proper order I have drawn. So first mass, second mass, third kg, whatever we have written, I am writing it. Force equation parallel to acceleration, you have to write like this. Sigma F parallel is equal to mass. Mass is a scalar quantity, you don't need to assign any direction to that. A parallel. And once you write it, before substituting the data in that, you choose the direction in which it is positive. See, it's a professional trick. Acceleration direction you take positive. In this direction, any quantity is there, that is I am taking positive. Meaning of this line, this will be used properly in every foreign textbook. You read it. So if you go, this is the direction in which any quantity is there, I take positive. That is the meaning of it. So T1 is plus T1 for me. Sigma says that add. This 1g you should not add, minus 1g you have to add. You are doing addition, but with a minus sign. Why? Because mathematically you assign upward quantity is positive, downward quantity should be negative. Is equal to mass of the body is 1 kg ma. Acceleration parallel to that, in that is a1 plus a1. Acceleration is a vector quantity, so it is having direction that you take. Now force equation perpendicular to acceleration, sigma F perpendicular is equal to ma perpendicular. Now take any one direction positive. See this, for this acceleration perpendicular direction. This is a perpendicular which we are not taking in the plane we are talking about. This is a perpendicular equation. So this side any force is there, I take into account. Tension 1 will not have component in direction 0. Sigma says add. This also will not have any component 0. Mass will be present in every direction 1. Acceleration in this direction is 0. Suppose you are going in one particular direction, perpendicular to you this way and this way. Acceleration, any vector is 0. Suppose one vector lies along one axis, other two axes its value is 0, its component is 0. So now coming to this 2 kg mass. If you want, you can slide down back towards the video and see that this was the free body diagram what we have drawn. Now again, sigma F parallel is equal to ma parallel. This is my equation I am going to write. This is the basic principle, force equation. I am taking acceleration direction to be positive. Any vector in that direction I take positive plus T2. Sigma says add minus T1 because it is opposite. The other two forces are perpendicular, so they have 0 component. 0 plus 0 is equal to mass of the system 2 kgs. Acceleration has a direction plus A2. Solving the equation is a separate case. Writing the equation we are learning. Now sigma F perpendicular is equal to ma perpendicular to the acceleration. This is the acceleration perpendicular to that. I take anything which is pointing up positive. This force get plus sign, plus N2 plus of this 2g is downward minus 2g is plus the other two forces have 0 components plus 0 is equal to mass of the body 2 kgs. Acceleration is like this, perpendicular direction acceleration is 0, 2 into 0. So as you practice more and more, just see and write. T to right side minus T1 is equal to 2 into A2. Like that we can write it. This also gives the same thing. But here we are not subtracting it. We are adding the forces but with a negative sign. That meaning will be lost if at all you don't do it properly. Similarly here I can write it. You write with a proper procedure if you are a beginner. I take T3 minus T2 is equal to 3 into A3. In this case N3 minus 3G is equal to 3 into 0. So here I will get N3 is equal to 3G. Like this we can write, because both are same. I took the advantage of writing the force equation quickly, but this is a proper procedure. Every force you have to account it. Along that direction anything is pointing plus, opposite to direction it is pointing minus, perpendicular to that forces are zeros. Mass should not be given any sign because mass is a scalar quantity. Acceleration is a vector quantity, therefore you have to give direction to that. For example, same equation you write left side, what happens? So this is T1 plus T1. This is T2 plus of minus T2. Plus means addition. Sigma says that sign is opposite to this. Plus 0 plus 0. No, these two forces are not having any component along x-axis or horizontal axis. 2 times of acceleration. We have taken right side. Now it is now we are taken left side positive. So you will get minus a2. See here now. This equation and this plus minus plus minus plus minus. Everything is opposite. So it is also gives same. You take T1 that side, T2 that side, and E2A to this side. You will get the same equation. So whether you take right side or left side doesn't matter. But if you take acceleration direction positive, most of the forces will be in that direction. Why it is accelerating in that direction? Because most of the force is in that direction. That's a professional trick. You do anyway, you will get the answer. But if you take acceleration direction positive, most of the forces will be in that direction. So most of them you will get give plus sign, few of them you give minus sign. So calculation becomes easier. I hope you understood this. So I have written 6 force equations now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 with proper procedure. And here we skipped the procedure. We have directly written the equation. As you practice and practice, just by seeing itself you write it. Some people call it as short trick. There is no short trick. Net force, you have to add everything, every forces. First, yeah, it's a vector equation. So you have to give sign for the quantities when you are substituting the data. You before writing the equation, you are specifying which direction you are taking positive. Anything in that direction takes plus sign, anything opposite direction takes minus sign, including acceleration. Mass is a scalar, you are not supposed to give any direction to that. I will clear off this board and write the remaining 6 equations. Total our target is 12 equations. Take a snapshot. Students, in this video only, I have drawn 11 free body diagrams. You have to go back and see if you want. This was a massless pulley, 0 kg pulley, and you'll be laughing at me and saying that how it will be 0 kg, sir. If the pulley is say 10 grams and the hanging mass is 1 kg, 1 kg means 1000 grams. So 100 times more mass is there. Then we can call this pulley to be massless, or better word in foreign books they use light pulley. They don't use the word massless, they use the word light. But again, light means don't think this light. Lightness, heaviness, lightness with the word we use, no? So light pulley or massless pulley. Better to use light pulley. If you are not comfortable, use massless pulley or a pulley of low mass. We have taken 0g. Actually it is 0.00001 g, like that. One tension is acting downward, 2 tensions are acting upward. This tension we forgot, that's why we written T dash. Same thing we written here T dash. You see the free body diagrams. This is a 4 kg which is below this. So net force, in this which direction we take acceleration, upward positive we take. So plus T3 plus of plus T3, both sigma says add. These two says that according to this sign they should be taken positive. This 0g should be taken negative. What happens with 0g? 0 only, but still procedure minus 0g plus of minus T dash. T dash is pointing down is equal to mass of the pulley 0 into pulley have acceleration plus AP. So this will reduce to 2T3 is equal to T dash. These two forces sum is equal to this tension. This acceleration and this weight is not contributing to acceleration. That's the meaning of it. That means maximum, if you do the calculation by ignoring its mass, you are going to get the correct answer. But if pulley have mass, then write that mass here. Procedure is same. Wherever zeros are there, put that mass. Say 100 grams. Put this as 0.1 g. Here 0.1 g. Here 0.1 into AP. This formula many times teachers tell that 2 upward forces, 1 downward force is there. Add this and equate to that. That is true only when this pulley don't have mass, or they clearly mention it is light or massless. But not in every case. So be very careful. Here there are no perpendicular forces. There is no perpendicular acceleration. 0 equal to mass is also 0 into 0. So it is 0 total. Left hand side and right hand side. Coming to this upward accelerating, take that direction positive. T dash minus 4g is equal to 4 times of A4. So I have not written the proper procedure, same procedure, no? So 0 equal to 0 in this one. You may say, well, you have not written the equation. That is also equation only in perpendicular direction. Now coming to this, in between one inclined body is there. I am skipping it off that for 5 minutes. I am going to the last body 20 kg. So this time 20 g is downward. Say downward positive plus 20 g plus of minus upward force T4 is equal to mass of the block 20 kgs. Accelerating down we have took positive plus A6. In perpendicular direction to the acceleration, there is no force, 0 equal to 0. Actually, you are right. This force to be 0 in that direction, this force to be 0 in that direction, this acceleration to be 0 in that direction. That is a proper equation. Proper equation is 0 plus 0 is equal to 20 times of 0. So one more body is left. Now 12 equations are over. So if you don't like to count this what I written as zeros, still we write 2 more equations for the inclined mass. Then we we'll come to some conclusion. Take the snapshot or try yourself. Now coming to the little typical case, but this is very simple. So here this is on inclined plane whose angle of inclination is 30 degrees or 40 degrees or theta, keep it. So this force is parallel to the acceleration, this force is opposite to the acceleration, this is perpendicular to acceleration, there is no problem with it. But there is a force which is neither parallel nor perpendicular to acceleration. Simple, we have learned vectors, you resolve it into 2 parts, one like this, one like this. So this is theta, this is 90 minus theta, and this is theta again. So this is phi g cos theta, this is phi g sin theta. If it is mg, you write it as mg. Over. Now you have cut like this, means it don't exist. Instead of that, we have components. If you want, you can clearly write the components. This is one component, this is the other component. Now sigma f is equal to ma, parallel to the acceleration, parallel forces to the acceleration. This way, this direction positive. You can take any direction positive. In that direction, any force is, yes, this is there, this is there. So plus T4 plus of plus phi g sin theta. Next, this is also force in this direction only, minus plus of minus T3. Don't write minus T3, plus of minus, because summation, add all you have to add along with the sign. Anything in this direction positive, anything opposite direction negative. This perpendicular component, no need to take it. So it is equal to, mass of the system is 5 kg, acceleration in that direction plus a phi. This is the force equation. Now sigma f is equal to ma in perpendicular direction. There in this column it will come, but don't worry about it. So this is the perpendicular. For this line, this is the perpendicular. In that direction, anything is there positive. N phi is then that direction, plus n phi, plus of phi g cos theta is like this, minus phi g cos theta is equal to phi, mass exists in every direction, into acceleration is like this, perpendicular to that component is 0. Along x-axis, a vector exists, means y and z components of it are zeros. So if this is x-axis, y component is 0. So n phi is equal to phi g cos theta. In that way you will get it. And that's the force equation along parallel to the acceleration. So totally we have written 12 force equation. In that 14 we have written, 2 or 3 of them are 0 equal to 0. If you don't mention it, also our target is over. 12 force equations, 11 free body diagrams, 10 minutes. Take the snapshot and remember this. Any force which is not parallel or perpendicular to the acceleration should be resolved. Here this is not a part of this force equations, or you can even call it as a force equation, but we have to give a proper ending. There was one pulley on the left hand side. Beginning of the video you see it. So there is one tension like this, one tension like this, and this is NP1. So here acceleration is 0. We will write sigma f is equal to ma to this. Net force should be 0. Mass times acceleration 0. So let this pulley have mass or don't have mass. This force is right side, T1 I cap. It's a vector. Plus T1 minus j cap. It's a vector. Plus, which is not known, NP1 vector is equal to mass times mass is what? Mass exists, acceleration vector is 0. So sum of these two you will get it. T1I minus T1J is equal to NP1. Normal force 1. You want magnitude of the normal force 1 under root of these two are, they are not I and I. Directly you cannot add. You cannot write it as 2T1. T1 square plus T1 square. So T1 root 2 is the answer. Even you can get it by Pythagoras here in the simple case. So this is T1, this is T1, and they are mutually perpendicular. T1 square plus T1 square, because it's given horizontal table and vertically downward. So T1 square plus T1 square under root is the magnitude of this force. If they are not same or something else, then that kind of procedure you can write it. Net force equal to, net force vectors is equal to mass times of 0 acceleration vector. From that you will get that net force. So this normal, this pulley exert a supporting force equal to T1 I cap and T1 minus j cap. Just I want to give completeness to the lecture, that's why I took this. Our target is 12 force equations, 11 FBDs in 10 minutes. To explain, it might have taken a little more time, but point is very important. Our target was that. How to write a force equation, how to draw free body diagrams. Many times this has been not properly told even in the textbooks, because initial lectures are easily done even without telling this. What if pulley have mass which is considerable? You cannot use the word massless or light pulley. So actually in every case it is T1, T2 only we have to write it. But if the pulley don't have mass or massless, then while turning we need a little force. So if this side it is 1000, this side it is 999. So both you can take either 1000, both you can take either 999. Coming here, if pulley have mass, considerable mass, then this side it will be 1000, this side it will be 800. We are not supposed to ignore that 200 difference. So that is the thing. Suppose this pulley which we have done just now, 1 minute back the problem, if pulley have mass, if it is turning this side, T2 you have to write it here, T2 greater than T1. If they turn this side, T1 greater than T2. Such a thing we have to take. You are not supposed to take same tensions on both sides. You are supposed to take two different tensions. If at all string has mass, suppose we have one hard surface to where you have tied the string and we are pulling. So everywhere we take TT, everywhere we take TT, like that. But if when string has mass, you have to take T1, T2, T3, T4, like that. Every point to point you have to take different tensions. These all things will be a part and parcel of the subject. It will come in future. But again, we are deviating from our main topic. We want to write force equation. We want to draw free body diagrams quickly in a less time with proper procedure. Lecture is over.